When we slammed shut yesterday, what we lost would always be found. You'd come round, but now you're not coming around to sing that everything. Hello, this is Aaron Kupferberg for Popaholic. Today we're speaking to Scott Klass of the Davenports. And he's talking about his new album, What the Great Gallop. How are you doing today, Scott?
I'm well, Aaron. Thank you. The record's called Why the Great Gallop.
Why the Great Gallop. So tell me a little bit about how this record got put together. It took a long time between Davenport records. Tell me, why it took so long.
I consider that to be sort of a life got in the way scenario. We did start this a couple of years ago, and a lot of these songs have been around for quite a while. It's just one of those things where you different things that you have to get done, and for some reason things get sidetracked, and then when you open your eyes and wake up, you realize that like a year has gone by. So there's no great answer to that. But the other part of the answer is that we did remix the record about, I would say, 9 or 10 months ago. When I revisited it, just realized that we could make it sound a lot better and a lot cleaner, and sort of bring out some of the, bring out some more of the character and take away a lot of the stuff that I thought was sort of making it a little bit too muddy sounding. So that was definitely part of the delay as well. And then, just setting up the whole apparatus to get it out in the right way.
Right. Tell me a little. I know there's a story emerging in the album. Can you tell me a little bit about because I noticed after a few songs, hey, wait, this is a story of two people. Tell me a little bit about that story.
It is really focused on a story of two people. The characters Christopher and Mary, who kind of come in and out throughout the whole record. It's really the story about their relationship, which incidentally is not my personal relationship. This is strictly storytelling, but it is based on a number of people that I know, and the stories that they've told me, and things that they've gone through. And it's really the story of this relationship and some of the quirky, weird, and uncomfortable situations that they find themselves in, and ultimately their breakup, which is how the record ends. The song "Thinking About You, Marianne" is the main character, just sort of in his little fortress of solitude in his basement, thinking about how everything just fell apart.
Okay.
Well, uplifting stuff.
Yeah, it works as a whole. It works brilliantly. I think it also the style has changed quite a bit. I think you've got a new guitarist as well. Tell me how he ended up joining the band with you.
Well, Tommy Borchardt is playing guitar in the band right now, although he is actually, he helped us mix this record, but by the time, most of the tracking was actually done by the time that he joined up. The main lead guitarist on the record is still my friend Dan Miller, who's played with me for a lifetime, and he plays in the Might Be Giants, and he's a real pro. He's mostly on the record, and most of the rhythm guitar parts and stuff like that is me. But Tommy joined up to be a part of the band recently and helped us remix the record and sort of breathe some new life into it. And he's a great player as well. I spent a bunch of time with Brett Miller on the road, and used to play with the Honey Dogs and bands like that. So any way you look at it, it's all really. I'm lucky to have really great players playing with me.
Excellent. I remember. I know in the past you worked with Chris Collinsworth of Fountains of Wayne, and are you still in touch with him?
Yeah, we're still in touch. He's been living up in Northampton for several years, but we still talk occasionally. And we did a show together a few years ago at Joe's Pub, which was fun. He and I, we used to play together. I played for him actually in a project that he had called Small Town Criers, which preceded Fountains of Wayne. Oh. And it wasn't it was kind of short-lived, but we didn't do any recording, but we did a bunch of shows, and we did a bunch of shows just as an acoustic duo around New York, which was fun. And some of the songs actually ended up making it into the Fountains lineup as well. So, yeah, it was good. And he seems to be doing well, and I think Fountains has a new record coming out pretty soon as well, so I hear.
Okay, well, the record is it's just great. I think that the melodies really come out. In fact, you dial the guitar down a bit. Bringing those melodies up really helps. And another thing I wanted to ask about is like the song Five Steps. I guess it was picked up by a TV show, and but you're telling me that from what I understand, it's not really based on any kind of addiction or alcoholism.
No. That song was written a long time ago, and it was on my first record called "Speaking of the Davenports." And no, that song was written just as kind of a reference to the way my wife and I used to resolve a fight, which was just to sort of step away for a while. It's really that simple. But the people at the show heard it, and they figured it fit their needs, and I guess from a tone perspective, they were going for that sort of mood. So they made it the theme about, I'd say 5 or 6 years ago, and it's stuck, and we're all happy for it.
Oh, excellent. Well, it's a great album, and you guys are going to be, I guess, playing locally in the near future to support this album, correct?
Yeah, we have a record release show actually this Wednesday, which is January 19th, at the Living Room on Ludlow Street. So, if anyone's in the New York area, they should come down and see that. We'll have, the core band as well as a string trio, which we play with quite a bit. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then the rest of it, probably more local shows. We sort of still have to make that part up. So, we just have to kind of check back in and see where we'll be.
All right, great. Thanks so much. We've been talking to Scott Klass of the Davenports, their new album, Why the Great Gallop, right?
Yeah.
And, we thank you very much for talking with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Aaron.